Hello, this is Tracy Perry, Director of Enrollment Management here at Monroe County Community College. And this video today is to show you how to use My Progress and MyWebPal to advise students on their degree completion. So the first thing you need to do is to, once you have the student selected, you would go under Progress. And under Progress, you can see that the student's degree, their GPA, what their major is, and what department that falls under. It also gives you an anticipated completion date. To the right here, you can see the student's progress. So they have completed 27 out of 64 credits, and how many have actually come from this school, and it can show you also if they've transferred in. If we scroll down, we can see the requirements for each area of the degree. Currently, this student is in progress for the winter term. He took a physics class to meet the degree requirement for his science competency. He's already completed his math competency. He still has writing, so we know that he needs English. He has completed his computer literacy, and he has several different choices still to choose from. So he has his human experience. You can see there's 0 of 1 completed here. And it also shows you the types of courses that the student can take in order to fulfill that degree requirement. So once it's time for us to select the course, we can do it here, or we can do search, and it will also pull up the courses that will complete that degree requirement as well. We see that he also needs a course in social systems that he has not completed. Welding technology, he still has several courses here that he can choose from. So there are 0 of 7 that he can pick from the required courses A, from required courses B. He has a course here, and then from his required courses C, he can choose one of these 2 courses as well. And these are all of his additional courses that he has completed that doesn't necessarily fall under the degree requirement. What's important to look at the competencies. So we know that because he does have the English 090 competency, he can go ahead and take the Comp 151. If you do not see the competencies here for either English, reading, or math, that normally means the student needs to transfer in credit or to retest at the testing center. But since these students are going to be all current students, you will normally see a competency here. And for this degree, again, he has met the competency for math. So we're going to go back up because we know he needs an English course. And of course, English 151 is needed prior to another English. So we are going to click directly on the English 151. Now there's 2 ways we can do this. You can add the course to plan to let the student know when they need to take the course. And you can select the term, so it helps them preview what's needed, and you can pick up to a few terms. So that way you can talk about courses in advance and students can plan in advance as well. Or you can see what available sections are there. And then we would go to our desired semester, which would be for the fall of 2022. And we would just see based off what the student wants. Of course, we know that in-person classes will show a lecture with the date and time. We will also see for blended courses, they will have a normally a B for blended, or if it's completely an online class, it will show that as well. So these are all in-person classes that we see so far. Here are the blended courses. And then we have our online courses. So it just depends on when the student wants to, what type of format the student wants to take and when the student wants to take courses. And we can see how many seats are taken and available for each course. So we're going to go back up. The student said they wanted to take an in-person class. So we are going to find an in-person class that fits in the student schedule. Here is an English comp class that's held in the library Monday, Wednesday on our campus. So we're going to add that to schedule. And then we're going to add the section. And we can do this for each course individually by going back to progress to seeing what other courses the students need. So you can see here now it's showing plan. So if the student was to log into their MyWebPal at this point and go to progress, they can see that it's planned, and then they would just need to select the course themselves. They want to do an Intro to Humanities course. So again, we would view the available sections. We'll go back under Humanities. So it's a good way to make sure that you're planning for the right semester. So we need to go down to our fall semester, which now we know we are in fall because we're looking at the right dates. So looking at our fall semester, again, we're going to look for Monday, Wednesday, add it to the section. It shows it's planned in another term, but we know that we have it in the right term now. So now if we go back to course plan, we can see that it is planned for fall semester 2022, and the student has 2 different courses, their English composition course and their humanities course. So what we would do if we want to register the students for this class, we would just select both. You can remove it from the plan. So say if we wanted to go back, it won't let us because the semester has already ended. But if we wanted to remove it from the plan and maybe choose something else, we can do that by just selecting remove plan courses. But since the student is pretty sure that these are the courses that they want to take, and we can just do register now. It takes just a moment. And now we show that the student has registered for those courses. If we go back to progress and we look under the writing competency, we can see now that the student is registered. If the student had not been registered, again, it will show planned here. And then we can scroll down to our human experience competency, and it will show that the student is also registered for humanities. Now, at any time, if the student wanted to take more courses or if you wanted to plan more farther into the future, you would just need to look under each one of the competencies and see which courses are available for the student to take. As I mentioned before, you can also use the search menu. It will take you right to the catalog and whatever courses fill that competency. One more thing I want to show you. So say if you have a transfer student who's looking to go to a 4-year institution after they complete a degree here at Monroe, we would look at to view a new program. The MTA, which is the Michigan Transfer Agreement, will help students waive a lot of those gen ed requirements when they get to a 4-year institution, and they can obtain the MTA stamp on their transcript from us. And to see what courses the student needs to have to complete that, we would just type in MTA here and make sure that you're choosing the one that says Michigan Transfer Agreement, and you would select to view program. It shows, of course, that the student is not enrolled in this program and that this information is only temporary. But we can see here that the student needs an English composition course, which they're registered for. They need a second English course in order to get the MTA, which can be either an English comp course, or they can take a speech or communication course to fulfill that requirement. Also, they need 2 humanities courses. So he has the Intro to Humanities as planned, and he would need to choose one more. We also have the social science requirement. Again, there's 2 courses needed here. The student has not completed any of those, so they have different choices that they can choose from here. The math, even though they have completed their math competency for their degree, if the student wanted to transfer to a 4-year institution, they would need college algebra or higher, or even the math explorations. So we would be able to choose a course from here in order for them to meet that MTA requirement. And then, of course, there are 2 science requirements, and only one has to have a lab. So the student already has the general physics course. So we would just have to plan another course. And because the physics course does have the requirement, so this is the minimum has not been met. So you would just pick a course under each one of these requirements in order for the student to complete the MTA. So maybe you're talking to a student as well and they want to go into a totally different program. So just like with the MTA, you can pick any additional program that the student wants to say maybe they want to transfer over to a business management degree. I know that sounds a little bit different from welding, but you never know. So we can also view program here. And again, it shows us how many credits goes. Now, the great thing is that most of our gen ed requirements are the same for different degrees when it comes to our human experience courses, our social system courses, English and whatnot. But when it comes to the actual business management requirement, you can see that there are 9 courses that need to be completed. So then the student would, and then some elective courses that they need additional 9 credits. So you can advise a student based off their current program, off the MTA agreement, or off a different program using progress under MyWebPal once you have your student that you're advising. Thank you.